So here we have the Air Jordan 4RM Nigel Sylvester, and this is the driveway grey colourway. And this is a sneaker that is new for 2024 and a reworked Jordan 4 really. And it's one of those trainers that, because it's this one's particularly introduced as a collab, being for Nigel Sylvester, it's one of the ones that I suppose is more interesting than the GR version for that reason. And with the sort of presentation overall, it's got a really sort of nice presentation where the sneaker has got the bike air on the box instead of Nike air, and then the cement type material has changed, is kind of representing the Nigel Sylvester's grandma's driveway, and it's got that sort of rough texture on it as well, kind of representing that concrete type feel. And then also what you get in the box itself is the same paper that you get in the fence screen, which has got Nigel Sylvester as a young boy riding a BMX. And then as part of that you also get some stickers, which is the same as what you get in the fence screen version as well. And the final thing is you get an extra pair of laces, which is the white pair, which I think will go great in this particular sneaker and colourway. These were made as a action sports sneaker, so essentially mainly for sort of BMX riding, and one of those sort of trainers that is, like I said, endorsed by Nigel Sylvester. And the TPU overlay is influenced by the bicycle frame, from what I understand. I'm not sure how that sort of correlates to a bicycle frame, but it's supposed to sort of represent that. And you know, it's got a sort of unique and sort of almost sort of different look in terms of the upper compared to, say, a Jordan 4. So with the details, it comes in a anthracite, university red and white colourway, so you can see that on here. So you've got the anthracite colour, which is like this deep grey colour, almost sort of charcoaly, and then you've got the little red swoosh, which is red, and inside the air bubble as well is red, and then underneath the Nike is red as well. And then this also, what they've sort of said on the sneakers app, is this has a plush collar. So you can sort of see that here, it's quite sort of padded, and that's obviously needed for action sports, to, you know, just to give you extra bit of sort of stability and comfort inside the trainer as well, and to stop you from slipping out. And apparently it also has a lowered heel, and what that means is underneath here it should have been slightly more lower than a standard Jordan 4. I tried the SBs on, comparing, you know, both on foot at once, and I can definitely feel, you know, to me anyway, that this feels slightly lower down and gives you sort of more of that, I suppose, Nike SB Dunk vibe, where you get more sort of ground feel, which is, I suppose, what you need if you're doing those types of sort of action sports. And apparently the TPU overlay, even though it's been sort of inspired by a bicycle frame, it also provides overall sort of support and lockdown feel. So that's the reason why you have this TPU overlay. And also the same tech as a Jordan 4, so it has an airbag unit in the heel and should be one in the forefoot. It doesn't feel too much like there's one in the forefoot, but let's just say if it's a Jordan 4 tooling, which is what they're describing, then it should have an air unit in the front as well. And it's made up of all leather. From what I can tell, this is more like a brushy sort of nubuck suede material. Not as nice as the RM fence screens, but it's still nice. I wouldn't say it's, you know, same sort of quality as that. And that one, you know, I think the French screen version had premium quality leathers on it, which I'd probably give more of a sort of 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and this is probably more of a 7, so it's not too far off. But you can sort of see there's like little bits and marks on the trainer itself, but nothing too major. And the price on these were £145, so slightly more than the standard version, but to be expected being a collab. And in all honesty, it's the same price as Jordan 1 low, so for the tech that you get in here and being a new silhouette, it's not too bad in terms of its price. So with the comfort and sizing, I feel like these are on the firm side. Like I said, it kind of gives you that SB Dunk type feel where you sit slightly lower to the ground. It's still a Jordan 4 at the end of the day as the bed itself, but it's, from what I understand, it's been slightly reworked, and I can sort of feel that. I wouldn't say it's major. I'm still get sort of pinky toe issues on this side, but it's still, you know, fine to wear around. And I also think the arch support is very neutral, so it's kind of similar to an SB Dunk low really. And I think the wearing time for these is around the sort of 4 to 10 hours mark. It's just mainly for the leathers to soften, and also the forefoot area. Like I said, because I get pinky toe issues, I expect this to sort of soften up after a while. But at the moment, I do get sort of pinky toe and a bit of pressure there when I'm wearing them. And I would do recommend going half size up for wide footers, which is what I did. And like I said, I still get sort of pinky toe issues, and I think that kind of starts to wear away once you sort of worn it, like I said, 4 or 5 times, and then it feels much better on feet. And much like any other Jordan 4, the outsole has a really good grip as well, so it's got herringbone traction on there, and that serves you pretty well for most cases. And like I said, it has a sort of flat base, so you sit very low to the ground anyway, and so there's much sort of slippage. So with the look and style, I do like the monotone colour blocking on this, and I'm not one of those people that likes monotone colours, and I think what sort of sets it off is the leather panels, but also the TPU overlay, which is a slightly different grey, so it kind of adds a bit of different colour to it. And also with this one, you get the red swoosh, it kind of makes it pop a lot more as well. And just the bike hair on the back, it's just unique and different looking to the norm really. And normally you see Nike Air on these, and if I'm honest, you wouldn't even see Nike Air on these because that's mainly reserved for sort of retros, but it looks like this going back on that. And this is a trainer in my eyes that's more for sort of spring, autumn time really. I think, I don't know, it's just one of those trainers that you can obviously wear during the winter time, but to me, it being a collab, I'd probably wear it more on sort of special occasions and things like that really, and you have to kind of pick your moments unless you're, one of those people who don't really care, about the trainers themselves and sort of happy to wear them and wear them down. But I kind of like to keep my trainers in good condition. And it's again a sports sort of vibe trainer, so very much casual wear really, and because it's a low cut as well, it goes sort of fine during the sort of springtime as well, in my opinion. And it comes with the sort of dark grey laces, but you could also go with black laces because you got the outsole being black, but also red would work. I think would work really, really well actually. And then, like I said earlier, the white comes inside the box anyway, so you've got quite a few options that you could probably play around with. To me, I'd probably go with the white. So with the final thoughts, I like the storytelling on this, and same with the French green pair. It's just a nice touch, and I think Nigel Sylvester does well with his storytelling. And like I said, the packaging overall, just to get some stickers and things of that nature, the quality of just the way it's all been prepared is really nice, and one of the better collabs to come out this year. And just the red swoosh, so I've probably talked about that a few times now, but I don't know, there's something about that just makes it really cool and just pops it off quite nicely in my opinion. With the cons, the comfort, I think like I said, it's got sort of more low down ground feel, so you're not going to get too much comfort, and as I said earlier, pinky toe pressure, so I do get a little bit of that. I'm hoping it kind of goes away after a while, but let's wait and see. And it's a little bit nitpicky, but I think the materials on this aren't as nice as the French green, and for that reason I've just sort of mentioned it just in case people are wondering. It does show up a lot more marks on this particular one. You can probably see it's got kind of bits of scratches all going around the sneaker, and it just seems to be the material that's been chosen. I'm sure that's part and parcel of using that particular material. So with the rating, I'm going to give the look and style on this one a 5 out of 5. I think this particular one, because I'm not a really fan of like the colour of the fence green one, but however that one does pop. But if I was to wear one of the two, regardless of the material on this, I still probably wear this because it's just an easy colourway to wear, and I think the red swoosh just makes it look really, really cool. And the comfort, I'm going to give it a 4. It's not like awful, but it's just very firm and low to the ground, so don't expect too much comfort. And the quality, I'm going to give that a 4 as well. I think it's not as good as the fence green version, so that's the reason I've given it a 4. And the pricing, I'm going to give that 5. I think they've done really well with the pricing on these, and because it's a new silhouette, and even though it's using the Jordan 4 tooling, it's same price as the Jordan 1 Low, so for me it's a pretty good win actually. But overall, this one I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. I think looking at the fence green pair and this pair, the more I've had sort of time to think and put them on feet, the more I kind of starting to sort of grow on me, and I kind of like them more and more really, and maybe it's just the collab that is what it is, and the GR versions may not be as appealing to me, but just overall on the way it's been presented and the way it's been done, I just think it's really cool, and it's sometimes nice to sort of see a new silhouette rather than the old stuff.